Alright, Sunday equals construction school, O&I meeting from the book Team of Teams. And $1 million question today is, how many people on your site right now stepped up without a wingman? I'll tell that story you would have read in the post that I put here. What happened to me when I was on a little gold mine? I didn't get left all to my own devices. The guy, as I said in a previous video, the guy that promoted me to superintendent, he had to actually jump up as well. So we had each other's backs. We were each other's wingmen. That's how we got through that. But too often, we promote people and just go, here you go, good luck. If you've been promoted without being given a wingman, you've been set up to fail, which is exactly why inside construction school we've created the Catalyst Academy. I interviewed this guy just the other day, Christian Burkosis, on Friday. Thursday actually, and we spoke to a specific story where one person changed a 250,000 people organisation by the way that they showed up and the way that they executed. I'll let him tell you now why a wingman is so important.
Wingman. Let me see a show of hands. Who's utilised a wingman before? Yes, ma'am. When did you use a wingman? At the bar. That's right. For many of us, the only time we use a wingman is when success is absolutely critical. But not usually when we're in the office. What we learn as fighter pilots is having a wingman is fundamental to being successful, because you as a person can only do two things.
Having a wingman is fundamental to being successful. Write that down. And this bit. I'm going to take this back a little bit, because you need to write this down.
To being successful, because you as a person can only do two things: think or do. You can't do both.
You can either think or you can do, but you can't be doing both. When you stepped up, we've got another layer of complexity there.
Wingman. Let me see a show of hands. Do. You can't do both. When you're busy burrowing away, focused on those spreadsheets, working on the computer, your thinking brain, your eye on the future has vanished. So in combat, the wingman leads the mission.
Right. Need a wingman? Don't have one? On the current site that you're on, I'd suggest looking for someone that's on site that you can do that together as. Come across to join construction school as well. Under the tab classroom, there is the Catalyst Academy. Catalyst Academy is what I built because I didn't have it. This is what I would have liked to have had at that time. Yes, it's a paid program. It's $197 per month. It will help you step up and have your back when you can't see, when you're trying to do and you don't have time to think. That sounds like you want to check it out. Go across and check it out. Anyway, what we need to do now is do a review on construction school. Where are we? Let's head across and have a look at our stats. We're going to do run an ORCA on construction school. See where we've got to. Wrong one, Bendigo, we want mocks. There we go. All right. So last week's statistics, our key metrics that we're tracking at the moment is engagement. That's what we want to get cranking inside construction school. Last week, our engagement was 26% and our rank was 5,603. So the objective for the week was to increase both of those. Did we do it or did we not? Engagement is 25%. So that would be a no. Let's write that. 25%. Let's have a look in Discovery and see where our rank currently is. Our rank is 5,704, so we've actually dropped 101 spots. Going backwards on both fronts. That's our key metric. So we know we've got an issue that we need to address. We didn't complete the mission objective for the week, which was increasing our engagement. What results? Our results were, we're down to 25%. Actually, let's get rid of this. Have a look at our little charts. Settings, dashboard, engagement. So our monthly active is starting to trend back down again. We had it trending up. We got up to 26%, and then we've come off again. 26 seems to be our max. So we need to break through that. Our daily activity is quite low, and our weekly activity is not great either. All right, so we need to work on getting that up. So the objective for the week, this next week, is to get that above 26%. That's where we want to get to for week. Come back to our Ecam Live. That's the $1 million question too. How many people on your site right now stepped up without Wingman? All right, what about our Discovery? We said we'd gone backwards as well. So they were the results. They're undeniable. Our engagement went down and our ranking Discovery went down as well. So what caused that? I have to have a look back through the posts this week and see what sort of posts there were. Is it maybe it's the way that I wrote the posts? Not enough questions asked. I'm going to say that's probably one of the causes. Too much preaching or not enough coaching. Not enough coaching. Another thing that we don't have people hooked on turning up yet. We haven't helped them build what Neo calls an internal trigger where they need to get to construction school to see what's going on. So something I'm going to introduce for Q2. This is staggering a lot at the moment. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to check my computer, see what's going on with it. Going to introduce something called ultra learning. This is going to help people jam in what I've learned in the last 20 years, compress that down to a 12-month time frame. All right, so the causes, I believe, are the way that I'm writing the posts and what I'm actually writing about. Not writing about the right things. It's not grabbing people's attention. I haven't sent an email out either. Engagement always seems to jump up when I send an email. More polls, I'm told, are a great thing. Ask questions. So we need to get, the posts need to be more centered on engaging people. So the actions for next week is question every day. I'm just going to put the focus on that. Every day. The hook, the headline, is going to be a question. What do you think about this? Have you tried this? Have you done this? Have you tried ORCA? Are you ready for Q2? Look at this. Q1's gone. We've got 3 days left. 1, 2, 3. 2. After tonight. We're into Q2 already. Quarter time. So they say in AFL football in Australia. Right. We're only at 9 minutes 47 and I don't get a tick unless we do at least 15 minutes. But I'm tired and I've had enough this week. Take that use it, the ORCA process. I've actually just put a post. Let's just show you this. That's what we'll do while we are here. This isn't my greatest live today. And I probably need to do an ORCA on why my energy levels are dropping a little bit at the moment. I've probably been doing too many for too long without a little break, which I'm going to take real soon. What we have done inside there is, that's last week's post. Oh, actually we'll have a look at the post while I'm here and see what post we did right this week. Let's have a little bit of a look. How to set up your whiteboard and run your first ORCA today. So I did a session just on that. I've even given you a photo there of how I set my whiteboard up and why I do it. So I put today's date up there, put some rules over here. So it's a nameless and rankless session. We use radical candor. What you got to say doesn't have situational awareness, don't say it. We use the phrase I intend to. We start with tiny pact to start with, so people don't feel like this is something they're going to be locked in forever. We cross it off, have a go, track your progress. A lot of neuroscience behind all of this. Might sound simple, but it's not. But today's date, what's our objective? We need to say it's a hot dog or not a hot dog, like Jing Yang says. So our objective for the next week is to get our engagement up 27% by next weekend. We'll see if we can do that. Results we've had this week weren't great. So not enough coaching, no email sent, our engagement dropped back down to 25% and our ranks dropped 101 places. Causes, we said, sorry, that's the results. We dropped 25% and we dropped down 101 places. Not enough coaching, not enough questions, no email sent. We said are the causes. So the actions are, I'm not going to make you sit through and do all the actions right now, but I'll come up with a set of actions that I'll put into that post, which will all be based around how do we get that up. I think one of the key things that I need to do is start doing some one-on-one direct messages just to see what people are thinking, what they want to see. Head across and jump in. You can join in regardless of whether you join the Catalyst Academy or not. Get yourself up to a certain level. You can get in there and start on Scrum Fundamentals. And there is plenty of content on there. Plenty of places. And it's not content actually, there's stuff that you can get started with. So to go start here, introduce yourself and welcome to the Culture Post. Let's have a look at all posts this week. And we'll put that on to you. So we had how to set up and run your first ORCA today. It's Q1 next week. 5 causes of project failure. Skills of team members. There's a podcast I did with Jason Schroeder. Hilly gave it a big thumbs up. That was the podcast that I did with Boo. That was announcing the Boo. I see I haven't asked any questions here at all. All I'm just doing is telling people we're doing this, we're doing this. You can't move at twice the speed by reducing just 10% waste, can you? Oh, I did. There you go. Asked a question once there, but we didn't get any engagement on that one. That was the last brief. So probably too much push, not enough pull, not enough questions, not enough asking people why are you here? What do you really want to get out of this group? So just tell them what I'm doing. Another thing, action that I'm doing is I'm about to go back on site again. So I'm going to be on site where there's going to be 500 plus people, which is going to help me build construction school. And because I'll be dealing with people on a daily basis, more likely to get more people in there and more engagement. You'll see a cockpit set up just like this one that I used to have. Have a big screen telly there with overall tack plan, trailer ball running, more 2 screens, heap of Jason Schroeder's stuff up there, the football, the shelf, the books, starts with the shelf. That was the communication lines, that quote about no schedules, worth the paper it's printed on, let's get to the field. It's a collaborative effort with the people that actually execute it. And of course, how to build a paper cup. Great little exercise if you've never seen that. Anyway, take it, use it, make a great week. I'll speak soon. In the book, Turn the Ship Around, David Marquette flipped the script. Instead of his crew asking him for permission, they started saying, I intend to. It created responsibility, confidence, and initiative. His crew stopped waiting and they started leading. They told me, you can't do that here, Bendigo. It might sound good in one of your books, but this is a construction site. You can't build a learning environment here. But I didn't start with a touchy-feely feel-good program or some poster. It started with a shelf. One shelf, a few books, a marble, a cricket ball, and a football. That's how you build a learning environment. Not with noise, but with signals. Signals that say, we improve here and we think here. We actually give a about getting better together. Human beings don't just need motivation. They need a purpose, autonomy, and a shot at mastery. When you build that into your environment, your team will grow and they will improve. And what happens next is they start to own the change with you. You want to build your culture? Start with a shelf.